Prime Minister begins talks to open Wafi Golpu Mine. Construction of new Kimbe Hospital set to begin. And United States Pacific Fleet Band covers PNG's hit song Mount Lemina.
This is National EMTV News with Dennis Orere.
Good evening and welcome. This is Saturday's news. Prime Minister James Marapio says the government has already started the process towards opening the multi-billion kina Wafi Golpu project. He made these comments at the Wafi Golpu Project Update Forum with stakeholders in Bulolo's Mumeng LLG Morobe province on Thursday. The government announced at the forum that the state negotiating team has already presented its position paper to the developer and that the forum will follow several development forums with landowners before the issue of the special mining lease.
Prime Minister James Marapio was in Mumeng to attend the Wafi Golpu project update with stakeholders. These stakeholders included the landowners, the state negotiating team, and the developer. The PM made known the government's intention of wasting no time in signing a mine development contract with all stakeholders, which would allow mining operations to commence and wants full cooperation from all stakeholders, especially the landowners.
By the time we're ready to sign an agreement, at least to the best of our ability, we'd like to see from landowner perspective, from LLG perspective, from district perspective, from provincial government perspective, and from the country perspective, embrace with the investors so that they too make money for the investments, and we can all have a win-win agreement that is truly reflective of something that will come out as a process of an open, transparent discussions with all stakeholders.
The Wafi Golpu Project Update Forum was called by the Mining Minister Johnson Tuke. Mr. Tuke also echoed the intentions of the government for the mine's development, saying these agreements are inevitable and must no longer hinder Wafi's development any longer than they already have.
This project is started long time ago, is 25 years. Mipla Wilson said this project might come up, but it must come up. But today, thank you, Mipla Gatupa developer, and we putting money down, and like project must come up. Developer will like give you assurance, government and ready to government like you. Mipla ready to supporting you. Same time too, you must ready to supporting Mipla government. But me agent for this government, Minister Blamini, me like not clear intention of government and like delivering this project. Or government or government or whether stand by that.
The landowners, on the other hand, supported the government's call, however, wanted all equal benefits for every landowner.
We don't want to be like Hidden Valley. Midwestern Costa, Midwestern Valley. Hidden Valley is big time. Landowners are missing big time about the benefits. How much years now? Hidden Valley mine. So, Pushimi Landa Pokemon, Landowners Landa, plenty of simple house trial.
The update forum will be followed by several development forums with landowners before the signing of a mine development contract and the issuing of the special mining lease. Charlene Airy, National EMTV News, Leh.
Prime Minister James Marapio officially did the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of the new Kimber Provincial Hospital yesterday. Before the ceremony, the Prime Minister toured the current hospital facility. He was accompanied by local leaders Francis Maneke, Sasindran Mutuvel and the local PHA management. Prime Minister Marapio expressed his gratitude to the provincial government for the 2 million kina funding for the COVID-19 isolation facility. He also had a chat with students from the local School of Nursing. The visit ended with Dr. Matis Sapuri handing over the hospital plan. The construction and upgrading of the Kimbe Hospital from Level 5 to Level 6 hospital is part of the Marapio government's plan to construct good regional and provincial hospitals throughout the country. PM Marapio told the staff and people who witnessed the ceremony that the hospital will be constructed and delivered on time by 2025 when PNG celebrates 50 years of independence. The new Kimbe Provincial Hospital will cost 300 million kina.
It's important that we expand our health services throughout our country. And as a government, we envisage by 2025 to have at least 22 modern hospitals in our 21 provinces and the 22nd in our special region of Bougainville. And so in the process, we're taking stock of what has already taken place at Goroka and Wewak and Ley and Port Moresby for our 2 national referral hospitals. But below that, in our Level 5 and Level 6 hospitals, we're just trying to ensure we have a program that covers all our hospitals throughout our country so that when our people are sick in different parts of the country, they don't need to worry to go to Port Moresby or Ley. You can have something closest to home where you could be addressed. And in this context, for West New Britain, you stand under my government's time when we came in, there were 5 provinces targeted to receive earlier help in 2020, 21, 22 before we got to the elections. And the balance of the provinces will be picked up 23, 24 until 25 when we are celebrating 50 years of independence. We want to have gifted to our country 22 of those good modern hospitals, if not in a full blown up new modern hospital build, then what we already have will refurbish so that the facility, services and the capacity is stepped up to deliver quality health to our people.
The Waigani National Court yesterday stayed the suspension of Secretary for the Department of Agriculture and Livestock Daniel Kombuk. Kombuk will resume office following this stay order pending his substantive appeal. Kombuk told media outside the court that due process was not followed, leading to his suspension.
Our court has found that there's a premise. The process in which I was been suspended is not correct. Because if you want to suspend a permanent secretary, it's going to take you 3 to 4 months to do investigation, proper investigation to suspend the permanent secretary. And the minister, the public service minister, took only 1.5 weeks to suspend me. This is totally wrong. It is totally unacceptable. And I was suspended without, NEC suspended me without an investigation report, without an audit report. And the project takes about 6 to 12 months to be implemented. And then goes the monitoring and evaluation team from the Department of Agriculture and Livestock to monitor and evaluate. And then the audit team goes it later. It's like putting the cart before the horse. It doesn't work like that. And I'm very happy with the decision of the court. I'm looking forward to taking office again and to maintain the status quo of the department because the matter was that, they've accused me of misappropriation. The substantive matter can be heard again, but in the meantime, to maintain the status quo, I will go back to the office that the court has granted stay now, and I'm very thankful to the court. Thank you.
Executive Director for the Business Council of PNG, Doveri Hanau, says critical businesses in certain supply chains around the country need to be protected and sustained in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. Speaking at the BC-PNG Business Survey results presentation earlier this week on COVID-19 vaccination for businesses, Mr. Hanau said whether the protection of these critical businesses is vaccination-driven or not, the critical businesses' operations need to be sustained.
I guess the critical thing for us is there are very, very sensitive value chains in the market right now, which do need to be COVID infection-free. And whether that COVID infection-free ecosystem is vaccine-driven or not vaccine-driven, that's immaterial as far as we're concerned. So we can't force people to get vaccinated, and no one can, not even the government. But if you're in a particular ecosystem, you're in a particular environment that is sensitive, and it requires those, then vaccination has to be followed and abided by. And that's the key message that I'd want to share today. We now know what those sensitive sectors are. Everybody knows that. If we don't have fuel, the trucks can't run. If we don't have banking, we can't go and trade, and so forth. Those businesses that are feeding the market, they're the ones that we need to be absolutely sensitive to.
You're watching National MTV News. More stories when we come back. Stay with us. Welcome back to the news. The New Life Children's Center in Leh is in the business of giving hope to orphans and disadvantaged children. With 14 children under their care and many others who've passed through, the center's manager Brian Malum said they provide through fundraisings and donations given through the city mission. This week, the children were visited by DHL Leh officers who presented a check to help the center with operations.
The City Mission's New Life Center in Leh takes care of orphans and disadvantaged children. Since 2009, many children have passed through the center. At the moment, there are 14 children being taken care of here. Manager Brian Malum said operations are funded through fundraisings and donations. This week, they received funding support from DHL through the company's DHL Got Heart program.
I would like to say thank you for the worth of 3,880 kina check.
It's part of DHL's corporate citizenship in helping the community worldwide.
Every year, DHL employees across the globe share their stories about charity work and community engagements they are involved in through the DHL Got Heart program. This year, DHL Leh's Field Sales Executive Ida Oraka was selected for her work with the Children's Center. DHL PNG's commercial manager commended her efforts and also said they hope to continue this support.
But we'll see what we can do and what Leh City Mission needs to be done in the future, whether we can help them out or not.
The center manager, Brian Malum, said this support will go towards the children's stationaries as well as other functions of the center.
So apart from the basic schooling, this check will also go to other work like maintenance work in the center.
Lucy Kopana, National MTV News, Leh.
30 certified military police officers have been promoted to a higher rank following the completion of the military police induction course, an elevation in the career path for the 30 individuals.
After 12 years and the first military police induction course was conducted to certify PNGDF soldiers who have chosen the path to serve as military police.
In order for our members to get promoted, they have to qualify for the course. So this is part of the qualification course. Some of them have been in the military police, but they haven't qualified or they haven't deemed competent to be military policemen. So after this course now, they are now deemed competent and they are now military police personnel qualified. So that's where you see they get the red berets and they tend to conduct their duties as military policemen.
Military police is a unit under the PNG Defence Force Support Battalion.
My name is Lance Kobul Baugen Misek from FSB Military Police. We've been attending the course on 26 July till 3rd September. It was very challenging and we learned new things.
But in order to assume these vital roles, the soldiers need to wear certain ranks. This includes the change of beret from green to red, hence the promotion.
My name is Krupa Martin. I'm a Lance Corporal. Recently, just now, promoted to full Corporal. Since passing out from Goldie in 2013, I was posted to Marapio Ceremonial Company. And then a year later, I was then posted to military police, Mary Barracks. Since then, I was there for nearly almost 8 to 9 years now.
The MPI course, which commenced in July, was conducted over 6 weeks, covering various topics from writing incident reports to conducting interviews and planning investigations to acting as a referral point between the police and the army.
It's a very tough and challenging job. As our duty statement, we have to do policing work in the barracks, especially dealing with dependents and soldiers, and dealing with civil police, liaise with them and do police, especially police duties in the barracks.
Thekla Gunga, National EMTV News.
Through a sales academy program, the Coca-Cola Europe Pacific in Port Moresby has recently passed 23 of its employees for successfully completing an 18-month-long program. Being the first of its kind, the company is currently expanding the program into other regions of the country.
Thursday, 2nd of September, Coca-Cola Europe Pacific had its first ever graduation to the company's sales academic program. Launched on 15th November 2019, it is one of the training interventions aimed at building capabilities of employees. CCEP PNG Head of Culture and People Tim Soli was impressed with the outcome of the program and commended the graduates for their efforts.
The program that we're doing at the moment, it's basically a 4-phased program, and the first phase is what we have just completed. The journey took about 18 months, and the journey really was about building their foundation in sales. So it was helping them understand basically what does it mean to be a BDR or be a sales rep when you go into a store. So the second phase, which they're about to start in 4 weeks' time, is going to be really around how do they have that commercial conversation with the retailer and how do they understand how a retailer thinks so that they can actually be more successful in their role moving forwards.
The 2 batches comprising of all 23 employees from the POM-based sales team completed a program which has equated to a total of 23 business development representatives and a high-potential merchandises graduate after Program 1. As one of the participants who graduated, Neri Eka was grateful for the opportunity to be part of the sales academic program.
Basically, all that I've learned that's been beneficial to my growth and my development is how to be efficient and productive and proactive. It's taught me, through the experience, it's also made me more confident to step out of my comfort zone and, apply my knowledge effectively to my role.
The program, which was developed to equip sales force with the knowledge and skills, has been a boost in their confidence level. Another graduate, Duana Koruka, was also privileged to be part of the graduating batch.
Being a graduate for Sales Academy has developed me and built my leadership and professionalism in sales. And also it has boosted my understanding. It has boosted my understanding and how to identify opportunities and also see the customers, what challenges that they are facing out in trade also. I attended this training as a merchandiser, but after the academy I was promoted to become a BDR as a business development rep.
Apart from the sales team in Port Moresby, the training has been rolled out into Mount Hagen, Kokopo and Lae, as all participants are currently progressing in the program. The current graduates will now prepare for Program 2, which will be launched this October. Jamie Harrow, National EMTV News.
The United States Pacific Fleet Band, in collaboration with the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force and the Philippine Navy, recorded and released a cover of Wame Blood hit song Mount Lemina. The video clip was also released online on the U.S. Pacific Fleet Band Facebook page on Wednesday, 1st of September 2021. This is the first of its kind in PNG for the band to partner with Wame Blood through music.
The U.S. Pacific Fleet Band provides top musical support to areas where the U.S. military are engaged in. Under the Pacific Partnership engagement, the band has been performing in the region, including PNG.
And I still remember we were all sitting around one of our colleagues' computers, and we played the song, and I'm like, yeah, this is very catchy. Do you know what it means? I was like, no, we don't. But we love the beat, we love the groove. Then it goes into the rap in between. And it's just the whole video gave us so many positive vibes that we were like, this is good. We should try to do this.
Based in Hawaii, the band has 47 musicians. They linked up with the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force and the Philippines Navy to produce the Mount Lemina cover song. While it may sound soothing, Lieutenant Barbosa expressed that it took some time for the band to learn and correctly pronounce the lyrics in the native PNG language.
I'll be honest with you. Sometimes it's a little nerve-wracking because you're trying to sing it as close as possible to make sure you don't say the wrong thing. And but it was a lot of fun. Actually, I had the chance to work on one of the melody parts or the harmonies for the chorus, because we were trying to get all the parts and create files to get them to our friends in the Philippines and Japan.
The fun part in the song was the rap, preferably the difficult one to vibe with.
And I was surprised because he worked really hard on the rap. He showed up the day of recording and he did it so good that it took us maybe 20 minutes. He showed up, recorded it, and left. I was like, oh my God, that was amazing.
In 2019, the U.S. Air Force Band sent a one-country song in Port Moresby. Similarly, the U.S. Pacific Fleet Band initially planned to sing 2 songs from each country they visit.
And it's always so fun to be able to connect with the local population by singing something that they recognize. And it takes a lot of work from our part to learn it, but it's always so worth it.
For a local group such as the Wame Blood to partner with the U.S. Pacific Fleet Band is the first of its kind in PNG. This is also a way to strengthen relationships through music.
Initially, when we started planning for Pacific Partnership, we were trying to do the anthems for each country and also a song that was special to each country.
Despite the pandemic affecting their visit to PNG, the band offered a musical gift by showing their gratitude for the friendship and to conclude the virtual Pacific Partnership engagement.
I'm super grateful to Mr. Oala Moy, who's the person that I work with, to the embassy that allows us to get that connection, and to the band and the singer, Mr. Johnny Jawari, who graciously allowed us to use this song to put it together and share it with the people of Papua New Guinea. If it wasn't for that, we would not be having this conversation. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity.
The U.S. Pacific Fleet Band is hopeful to do more covers for PNG songs in the near future.
I hope in the future that we're able to do more PNG songs. I would love to actually go in person and do something together with the musicians at Papua New Guinea. That would be ideal.
Suli Suli, National MTV News.
True Guy Sports is next. Stay tuned for the details.
True Guy Sports.
Welcome to True Guy Sports. Mosby South Electorate will have a new stadium built at Calgary to replace the old Sir William Skate Oval. A groundbreaking ceremony was held yesterday to signify the redevelopment of this infrastructure, which will cost around 3 million kina.
This oval at Calgary in the Mosby South Electorate was named after the late Sir William Skate to honor his legacy. With a joint funding between the Office of the NCD Governor and the Mosby South Electorate, the Sir William Skate Oval and Stadium will be redeveloped.
The full fencing of the whole property to secure it, number one. The 2,000-seat stadium on this side for the oval. Upgrade of the oval, toilet facilities, office, genset, proper seating and parking for this brand new facility here to complement the Mosby South Stadium.
The construction of the new stadium will cost around 3 million kina. Governor for NCD Powes Pakop says the refurbishment of the stadium is vital to improve its standard. He says the funds will be utilized to ensure that this sporting avenue creates opportunity for young people.
And so today I'm very pleased to that we've gone one step further to improve this place. I think we're spending about 3 million plus on this upgrading, and this money is going to be well spent. Not only is going to honor a great leader of our country and our city, but also it's going to improve the facility here, especially in sports. Sports, it's a very good pathway for our people, especially young people.
The 2,000-seat multi-purpose stadium will generally be used by the Mosby South people, especially the ones participating in different sporting activities.
This place will be used for the general public, for a lot of our practice games, for our women, for our youth, and this will be open as a multi-purpose stadium. A multi-purpose stadium for everybody to enjoy and also to utilize as part of the community recreational sporting activities in the whole of Mosby South.
Suli, True Guy Sports.
That ends True Guy Sports. The weather report is next. All the details after the break.
True Guy Sports. True Guy Sports. This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
Weather forecast for tonight and tomorrow in the southern region: Port Moresby, mostly fine and windy. Partly cloudy and windy for Daru. Kerama, partly cloudy with brief afternoon showers possible. Alotau, mostly fine and partly cloudy. Popondetta, few showers, then partly cloudy morning.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that's the news, sports and weather for today, Saturday, the 4th of September 2021. Until then, pleasant viewing, be safe, bye for now.